Women in history have a track record of being forgotten or not properly recognized. There are some who have become common names like Marie Curie, Rosa Parks, Rosalind Franklin, or Margaret Thatcher. But there are many more who go unnoticed due to lack of acknowledgement or just lack of historical record. In my opinion, women that are a part of the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics community tend to go unnoticed the most. Marie Anning is one of these women. From Hugh Torres' presidential address about Mary Anning, a short biography was given. Mary Anning was born on May 21, 1799, in Lyme Regis, United Kingdom. Her mother was Mary Moore and her father was Richard Anning. He was a cabinet maker and an avid fossil collector. He would sell these fossils to seaside visitors within their hometown on the side. Mary had one older brother, Joseph Anning. They were the only two surviving children out of a presumed 10. W.D. Lang told the story of when Mary was a little over a year old, she survived a lightning strike. It was said by G. Roberts that Mary, from that time on, from a dull child, became very intelligent. In November of 1810, Mary's father died, and this left the family in severe debt. After her father's death, Mary and her family continued to collect and sell these fossils. The Smithsonian reported that it was in 1811 when Mary discovered her first fossil. It consisted of a skull and 60 vertebrae, and later became known as the first Ichthyosaurus skeleton. Authors Howe, Sharp, and Torrens explained that it was actually Joseph, her brother, who initially found the specimen in 1811, but in 1812 was when Mary located the remaining fossils. The specimen's skull still remains in the Natural History Museum of London today. In 1823, Mary had her second discovery of a complete fossil. The Western Flying Post said that this fossil was the Plesiosaurus. By 1828, she was working closely with a man named William Buckland. William Buckland explained that they used corpology, which is the study of feces, to show that they can play a vital role also in fossilization and identifying organisms. In that same year, Mary reported her first invertebrate fossil. William Buckland described that this fossil was of the interior sheath and ink pad of the Bellnia sepia. This was essential because it showed that this was the first record to show that soft tissue specimens could also be fossilized. By early 1829, she had a second complete fossil of Plesiosaurus. At the end of 1829, she discovered the fifth fossil Squirrelraw, which was considered to be the transition between sharks and rays by Taylor and Torrens. A year later, Mary made her final fossil discovery, which later became the Plesiosaurus macrocephalus. After her last fossil discovery, Mary's family stayed under the radar and continued selling fossils here and there. In 1842, Mary's mother died, and Mary died 5 years later due to breast cancer. The Smithsonian states that Mary Anning was a very accomplished woman. She was self-taught in the subjects anatomy, geology, paleontology, and scientific illustration. All of her fossil collections helped scientists create a picture of what the marine world would have looked like during the Jurassic era. I chose to research Mary Anning because I think that women in STEM have been actively increasing, and it is important to recognize our historical women. Being a wildlife biology major, I consider Mary Anning's discoveries essential, and she added to our fossil history and knowledge. I hope to one day have discoveries as amazing as hers, and I also hope to be properly recognized for them.